It's been some time now that I did a video with the Venture X versus the Platinum and many other credit cards. On that video, I explained why the Venture X is not for me and I'm not planning to get it. And it was by far the most disliked video on this channel, comparing to the views, of course. And that made me wonder why. 2 days ago, I uploaded a question asking you, what do you think is the best credit card? Which credit card do you think you're gonna get the most value for travel? The Platinum or the Venture X? And 60% of you say that the Platinum will get you the best value. And I sided with you. I sided with the 60%. And then I did the numbers.
Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about points, credit, bonuses, and travel. Why do I need to say that? I would like to say something smarter. Like what's smart about credit cards?
I don't know.
We're talking about points, credit cards, bonuses, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Bravo.
We all have this narrative in this credit card community that the Platinum is the number one, it's undisputed, and the more you travel, the more value you're getting. And that seems to be true up to a point. So without any further ado, let's jump to today's presentation and come back to wrap it up. So we're gonna talk briefly for the first year because the first year is not what we're looking in this video. We're looking value over time and depending on how that relates to spending. But we have to say a few things about the first year. The Venture X right now, 75,000 points after spending 4,000 in 3 months. The credits, we're looking TSA pre $100 and global entry, $300 travel credit, and 10,000 points every year. That's anniversary, so you're not getting it the first year. Memberships, Hertz Residence Circle, lounge access, unlimited visits per year to the Capital One lounges, and the Priority Pass. Capital One is opening many lounges, so it should get better with time. On the multipliers, we're looking 10x on hotels and rentals through the portal, 5x on flights through the portal, and 2x on everything else. The return on spend for the first year is 27.42, so 27 if we were to round this number. The Amex Platinum, the latest offer I'm seeing, is 150,000 points after spending 6,000 in 6 months. There's a bunch of credit, we're not gonna get there, but basically they're all there to improve your experience, and this is key here. You get the clear credit, you get the TSA pre-global entry, so you're gonna fly through security. You get the hotel credit, you get the flights incidental credit, you're getting an Uber credit, you're getting a bunch of credits that are related and not related to travel. The memberships are incredible: Marriott and Hilton Gold, Hertz Gold, National Emerald, and Avis Preferred, Lounge Access, the best there is, really, Centurion, Priority, Sky Clubs, Airspace, multipliers, 5x on hotels and travel through the Amex portal, and 1x on everything else. And the return on spend is 52.41, so 52%. Now we're gonna see the typical slide, the typical budget that we have every year. We apply our imaginary budget of $12,000 equally spread between travel, restaurants, gas, and groceries. And we see that for the first year, the return on spend on the Venture X is about 4% and 7% for the Platinum. And this is where we left it last time in the other videos. But the question was, where would you get better value if you use this as a travel credit card only? So we're gonna apply $5,000 only for travel, and we're gonna get the average of what the Venture X is offering. So 10x for hotels and rentals, 5x on flights. I think it's fair to say that 7.5% is the average. So I'm applying 7.5% multiplier here. Points value I'm applying is only 1 cent per point. Keep that in mind. And with that, you're gonna get 7% with $5,000 spent on travel every year. And on the Platinum, I'm applying the 5x because it's for travel, hotels, and like flights also, so it covers everything with that 5%. And the value I'm applying to the points is 1.5 cents per point. And now you might say, oh, but you can transfer the Venture X and get 1.5, but then you can transfer the Amex points and you're gonna get even more. And the 1.5 is very conservative for American Express points, as most of you know. So there is an advantage on an American Express point versus everything else in the market. And you're gonna get 17%. And this is incredible. This is where I was like, oh, it's a clear cut. It gets even better with time. But then we went to 15,000 in spend. And we see here that the Venture X is very stable. It continues giving up 7%. The decimals keep going up and down. It doesn't matter, but rounding up the numbers, you're getting 7%. But the Platinum drops to 11%. It's still much more than the Venture X, but it did lose 6%. And that made me wonder, what happens if I add more spending on travel? And I went all the way to 30,000 points spent on travel. And what we see here is a complete flip of the narrative that we have, including myself. 7% is the return on spend on Capital One, so pretty much stable. It gives you 7% across the board. But the Platinum drops at 6%. Now you might say that, yes, the numbers say this, but I know I can get more than 1.5 cents per point. I typically get 2, 3. And I agree with that. And also, I'm not even applying any bonuses if you buy points through the Amex portal. I'm not adding what you might get through the statuses. But you can't deny that there's a downward trend. The more you spend with the Platinum, the less value you're getting, comparing with something like the Venture X, where it's stable across the board. You do have the disadvantage that it doesn't matter how much you spend, you're going to still get about 7% return on spend. But the narrative that the more you spend with the Platinum and the more you travel, the more value you're getting, seems to be wrong. It seems to me that most of us have that narrative because we really travel less than what we think, or we get experiences that we value more than what they're actually worth. So that's why we get the narrative that the Platinum is better when you travel. There is a golden standard. You go somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000 and you're good. And that's what most people spend, I assume, on travel. And that's why we have this narrative. But the more you go up, the value drops. But that's all for today, guys. Let me know what you think. What's your favorite credit card? Do you have the Venture X? Do you have the Amex Platinum? Are you planning to get both? How much do you spend when you travel, really? I want to know. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next one. Ciao.